Hello everybody and welcome back to Auric League. Today we have Elysium versus Karma. We're just starting set 1 with the Clown on Wrecker's Yard. And we have Xeno killing first for Elysium versus these Karma survivors here. Taking the first chase on Quentin here, deep in the corner. And a little interesting, no Corrupt on Xeno's build, instead opting for some Sloppy to make tags like this a little bit more punishing, as well as the Eruption and Force Hezi in his back pocket with the cheeky Grim Embrace for those fresh hooks. So it looks like he's going to commit to this chase on Quentin, potentially wanting that first down in Grim Embrace early. Good pallet drop there, down not coming in quite yet, and Xeno is whiffing here. I can only imagine the survivors are off in the distance, working those gens far away. Perhaps 3 splitting to get some good progress for this first chase, but Quentin will be dying here close to the edge of 9 here. So yeah, these survivors are cranking these generators on the opposite side of the map. No pain resonance here, but this will be a Grim Embrace, blocking all the generators for 10 seconds here as Xeno steps away from the hook. And now he's just looking for information here. With some of these rule sets here, the survivors don't have access to all exhaustions. They do have Lithe and Smash Hit, but no Sprint Burst, no Bounce Landing, no Overcome. So survivors have less to work with in terms of chase perks to keep them alive. Xeno is putting down Eruption on this generator and is looking for a cross here. Does want to look at this hook and not give a pull for free. And so far, no one's here. It looks like survivors are opting to get gen progress here while Quentin sits on this hook. Xeno may not be fully convinced, is going to check around here, break this pallet. And we might hear 2 gens pop soon. Those 2 generators at 1 and at 5 did have some progress here, and Xeno wants to confirm the second stage. Definitely wants to make sure Quentin hits second here and get his tunnel out bright and early into this match, putting bottles everywhere to slow these survivors down as they come into the hook. And we may be seeing a second stage come in here. It does not appear to be any survivors rotating in as we see the first generator pop. So they were 3 splitting. That generator was all the way deep in the 3 pocket. And there is that generator at 1 and 5 as well. So we might see 3 generators pop for the second stage. And this survivor did do a good job at leaving this generator a little early. Eruption down on this generator as well. And Xeno is surely going back here to confirm this tunnel out and perhaps get some Eruption value on these couple gens. Still, these survivors are very patient. They're not giving Xeno any free information, not rotating early. And so far, not really given any tags for free. Again, good pallet drop there by Chris, or Ace player, not giving a Sloppy Butcher tag, which is going to be very good for their team. And still, the survivors are just letting this sit. They are wanting to get this generator progress and go into at least this 3v1 with not too many gens remaining. As we do see somebody come in for this unhook, looks like our Claudout player Givex is here, and the tunnel out is going to be coming in on this Quentin. Xeno does want to turn this game into a 3v1. We are still at 3 generators remaining, so as long as Xeno can get this done in a timely manner, it will be a good scenario for Team Elysium. He is going to get his Lithe off at this LT wall, one of the few exhaustions allowed in this set, and will be making the Shack pallet. So good pallet drop by Quentin here, and potentially an FTP by a teammate. So far, no sign of that. But Quentin looks like he's actually going to just take his distance and play this pallet. And there it is. There's where the hit comes in. So I'm assuming there's no flashlight save or anything like that, this will be a death at 2 generators remaining. Xeno's just making sure there's nobody around. And this is going to be the first death. So there we go. Quentin is now dead. The Claudette did get reset. Givex, or Claudette player, has been reset off in the distance. So survivors are going into this 3v1 all healthy. So that's very good on their part. They do want to make sure they're managing those resets and not putting themselves in a situation that's too vulnerable to just give Xeno a free down. And there have been 3 gens done. On the board, we have 3 hooks for Team Elysium and 3 gens for Team Karma. And Xeno still does have Eruption down on a gen here, as well as a Grim Embrace in his back pocket. Actually, 3 gens now are erupted, so Xeno is going to get a lot of good value from his perks as soon as this next down comes in. That would be a minus 10% on all those 3 gens, as well as a 10-second gen blocks on all of the gens with Grim Embrace here. So the tag on Ace does come in, and Xeno will be committing to this to get this Eruption value. Very good bottle throw, preventing Ace from passing through the same way. And he's actually going to point, and they might be playing for a pallet save. I do think Xeno is calling their bluff because it is a 3v1 and he expects them to be on gens, and it looks like he was right. But that was a triple eruption on those 3 gens, and a Grim Embrace will be coming in here, blocking all of them for 10 whole seconds. So this is very good for Xeno. Getting that down and getting that eruption and Grim off is going to buy him a lot of time. And if he plays this well, this could be, if he continues playing this well, this will be a pretty good result for Team Elysium. Is going to get the reload in here, checking for some information. The survivors did do a good job pre-stealthing. And so far, nobody's in sight. Xeno is going to put down Eruption on that gen. As we see GiveX, our Claudette player, stealthing here by the bus, not wanting to give Xeno any free information on what the survivors are doing. Then we did see Fur, the Lori player, stealth up the map towards 12 side to get that pull, and that pull does come in when Xeno is all the way across the map. So if Xeno wants to go back and pressure them, he is going to have to go far away. Instead decides to look. He knows somebody is here because this generator was so high progress. Just has to sniff out GiveX here, who is doing a great job stealthing at the edge of the map. And if this chase does not come in, and that reset comes off in the distance for free, and Xeno doesn't get a tag or anything here, that will be very valuable for Team Karma. And it looks like GiveX is actually in a locker. I think, yeah, GiveX is in a locker in one of those tiles there. So they're just hiding while that reset comes in. And this is an amazing plan, because as long as GiveX doesn't get found, they can reset for free while not giving Xeno anything, and kind of just reset the situation. All survivors healthy, Xeno's not chasing anybody, and they can get back into the action when they're all ready to progress those generators. So this is a very strategic play from Team Karma, not giving Xeno any free pressure. And Xeno does now spot the ace, Kriz at Shack, and is going to pop Eruption down on this gen. And this is why Eruption is so valuable. These survivors are either going to pre-run or pre-stealth off these gens and not give any tags for free. So when Xeno has to commit far away eventually, he does have Eruption to aggress these gens when he's otherwise unable to. So getting very good value from his perks and using them very well. And I wonder if Xeno will go for these fresh hooks to get the full Grim Embrace value and block those gens for 40 seconds. We'll just have to see what Xeno decides to do. We do see a survivor pre-run up the map off this generator, and now again we do have Eruption on all 3 of the active gens. So now Xeno will likely find somebody he wants to commit to and just commit to that to get his perk value. So does see this generator still have pretty high progress. Is convinced that there might be somebody else here towards the edge map. GiveX was doing a very good job stealthing earlier, so trying to sniff somebody out. And Team Karma is playing this 3v1 excellently. They are either pre-running or pre-stealthing practically every time and avoiding giving Xeno anything off their mistake. So it's very good. As the tag does come in onto the Lori player here, Xeno will commit to this just to get that Eruption. We do have Eruption down on 3 out of the 4 gens remaining. So this down will be very valuable as he just swings through it. Does not quite hit though. Very good stun by the Lori here, and the chase is going to continue. Does lose that prediction though, and Xeno gets the down. So that is a triple Eruption, and Xeno is actually going to slug here. Does see the aura of Kriz, our ace player, because of Eruption. That is a side effect that will be an aura reveal for about 12 seconds, and I think Xeno might be going back after he didn't get a tag. Actually, no, he saw Claudette's aura as well because she didn't let go. So he's actually pressuring her off this generator near 7. So the chase will be coming in on Claudette here. And slugging is so strong in the 3v1 because whenever somebody's on the ground and being picked up and then somebody else is being chased, that means there is nobody on gens. So Xeno is going to take that tag and thought about leaving, ends up committing to this. In the distance, if they do decide to reset that Claudette, that'll be a slower reset, thanks to Xeno's perk Sloppy Butcher. And in this rule set, keep in mind, it is a clown. He's not an S-tier killer, you could say. So a lot of those reset perks, such as Botany Knowledge and We'll Make It, are not allowed. There are fewer options for survivors to reset, and very good patience by GiveX, but does get hit by that swing through the pallet. So Xeno just barely gets that, and it looks like he's going to take this pickup onto Claudette. And I believe Claudette is fresh here, so this will proc another token of Grim Embrace to block those gens for another 10 seconds. So Xeno's going to reload here, and Ace is progressing the Shack about 50%. As we see Lori here on the left side of the map, stealthing to perhaps rotate back up to that generator on the top left. And Grim Embrace is so valuable here. It's 10 seconds. Both of them cannot do gens. That's pretty much 20 seconds off gens, you could say. It's almost like a passive pain res without the regression. So Xeno's buying a lot of time with that Grim Embrace and is checking around here to make sure there's nobody stealthing for this unhook. We know they're a little far away on the gens, but Xeno's doing a good job making sure that he doesn't give them a pull for free. And again, Eruption down on Shaq. And we did see the anti-3-gen mechanic start taking place on that generator by 7 or 8 near the bus, and now at Shaq. So Xeno just has a few kicks left, a few regression events left before that procs, and we do have another one coming in thanks to this down onto Lori. And now this hook will come in. And now that is 4 stacks of Grim Embrace. So now, starting now, after Xeno steps away, all those generators are blocked for 40 seconds. So Xeno is going to full commit this. He knows they cannot work any gens, and he also sees Claudette's aura thanks to that side effect of Grim Embrace, showing the Obsession's aura for a few seconds, and Claudette's going down, and Xeno, I think, will slug this. He wants to go back and try and make something happen. Does have that cheeky Force Hesitation, hasn't done anything so far, but we might see it come into play here if he gets a down on one of these survivors when they're kind of grouped up together. And they should be splitting up here. They don't want to give Xeno the potential to double slug them or triple slug them since GiveX is already down. And they did a great job leaving the area and not showing themselves, but Xeno is going to continue looking. He knows they can't be working gens. Grim Embrace is now over. We have Eruption down on this generator at Shaq, and I believe that might be regression event number 6 on the Shaq, so only a couple more that can come in before he cannot regress it anymore. So Xeno does have to be mindful of that. Probably only going to kick these generators to put down Eruption. As we do see the head-on come in, I believe that was maybe from Chris, the ace player. I did not hear any grunts of pain, but yeah, these Karma survivors are doing very good, but Xeno is just playing these chases so well and getting especially such good perk value. This Eruption and Grim Embrace and how he's using them is buying him so much time. The survivors have not been able to pop a single gen since Xeno got his tunnel out. Despite them playing this 3v1 very well, Xeno is able to just keep them under control and stop these gens from popping, mostly thanks to Eruption and how he's using these perks. And another kick coming in onto this generator here. He might only have 1 or 2 left on this one as well as Shaq, so Xeno needs to make something happen soon, or else that Eruption will stop putting in all that work. But so far, Xeno already has a pretty decent result. He has 6 stages on the board and also has 3 people injured, so even if these perks stop slowing down the gens for him, he has so much pressure now. I'm sure that if he keeps this up, he could still get a very good result, even if he is unable to regress those gens starting near the future. But the Claudette does go down here. GiveX did a great job dying all the way down deep in this 3 pocket corner. So pretty much as far away as she could have possibly gone. Bought them a lot of time to be cracking that gen. But unfortunately, it looks like that chase did not last quite long enough for them to finish that generator, and I think the survivors now are in damage control. They realize the situation they're in. They're all injured, they're being slugged. They also are in a 3v1 and have been for a while, so they're probably just trying to at least get a 4k1 in. I believe that's why they're doubling that gen. They want to confirm that 4k1 result for their teammates, and Lori will be going down here, and Xeno knows where everybody is. Unbreakable is not allowed. He gets it down to Lori here as the Claudette GiveX gets picked up in the distance, so he knows 2 people are across the map far away from all the gens, and he has plenty of time to just take this hook. And now we are 70 seconds away from another survivor being eliminated, and because all the generators are on this side of the map, Xeno can camp this. He can come here by the Killer Shack and lock down this area. We do see the reset come in onto GiveX in the corner here, so he knows all of them are right here, and probably going to take this down into Ace and try and contest that hook. And very good bottle throw by Xeno. Ace does go down, and he's going to go straight back. GiveX is, if you're Team Karma, you gotta hope GiveX rotated early and is able to get that unhook before Xeno makes it back, which they likely will, but Xeno can at least get something out of that. The unhook does come in, and yeah, the best result the survivors seem to hope for now is going to be a 4k1. And for our Lori player here, does a good job using their base kit endurance to tank that hit and get some distance while they're still safe off the hook. But this pal is quite zonable. Xeno can just throw a bottle and zone her down, or Xeno can win a prediction there, and now they're dead. So he's gonna slug this and might try to end the game here. But Lori is also down on hook. The next time that Lori player gets hooked, she will be eliminated, and it will be a 2v1. But Xeno wants more. He knows both of the survivors are over here because that slug got picked up. And Zeno has been doing such a fantastic job. Like I said, the tunnel out came in, and this turned into a 3v1 so long ago. And when that happened, there were only 3 generators completed, and we are still in that same position. Zeno has prevented these gens from popping for so long, getting excellent value from his perks and playing his chases really, really well, and just knowing where they all are, able to track these survivors and constantly have information on them. Pallet drop by our ace player, Chris there, does get the stun and can make quite a lot of distance from that. But still, this is very difficult for Team Karma to get anything done here. They're all injured. They don't really have time for a whole reset. And Zeno knows roughly where everybody is. We did see Ace run to the right side of the map, and he does spot Claudette here. And they are going to try and force a locker, maybe so they can stack a gen and get it done. But I think at this point, Zeno can't regress all the gens. I believe that Killer Shack and that generator to the left by the bus may have been maxed out. I'm not 100% sure, but we can find out here. It looks like he can't kick it anymore. I think Zeno may have maxed it out, but we do see, I think Force says he finally coming in. That is it? Was that in range? I can't tell. Maybe it was on cooldown. Actually, don't take my word for it. I think it was on cooldown because of the other down. But there it is. All survivors will select. Like I said, there is no unbreakable allowed, so that will be the final result. That will be a 4K at 2 generators remaining. Fantastic result for Zeno and Team Elysium. Like I said, I can't state enough how well Zeno used these perks here. Got so much eruption value that whole game. That Sloppy Butcher did a lot with those tags, making those pickups and resets more difficult. Grim Embrace blocking those gens, buying him a lot of time. And although Force says he didn't help him get a tunnel out or anything, the threat of it was there. I'm sure the survivors knew about it and had to play around it the whole game. So fantastic job by Zeno, and also very good job to the survivors. Although they probably did not get the result they were hoping for, they did manage that 3v1 very well. They were mostly doing a very good job spreading out, doing everything they needed to do to deny Zeno pressure, but Zeno did seem to get the better of them and prevented them from popping a 4th generator. So that will be it for match 1 of the first set. So we'll be switching over after a short break. We'll be seeing Elysium Survivors versus Karma's Killer on the Clown and Wrecker's Yard. So stay tuned. We'll be back after a short break. Hello, welcome back everybody. We're back with Elysium versus Karma. This will be trial number 2 of the first set, which is a clown on Wrecker's Yard. We have Givex killing for Karma versus Elysium survivors. And last match we just saw Zeno get a 4K at 2 generators remaining. So for the Elysium survivors, their win condition is simply pop 4 gens. But Givex perfectly predicts iPick and setting up for a head-on here. So wow, Elysium has a very good win condition. All they have to do is pop 4 generators. But Givex getting this insane prediction about that head-on. Try to take this into turn this into an early basement hook with agitation. But Elysium survivors doing very good denying that by body blocking the doorway. And if Givex needs to meet this win condition of getting a 4K at 3 generators remaining, this is definitely the start they want. That's pretty much an instant first hook. And insane start for Karma. Is a very amazing job by Givex there for calling out that head-on and just full sending and opening that locker. So amazing job by them, and that's already 1 hook on the board. We do see this generator here getting progressed, and Zeno taking the chase here down in the 9 quarter on the devious Vittorio outfit, and I think he will be taking a tag here. Does not have an edge map palette or anything like that to work with, so they are going to be taking a tag. And Givex is coming back to hook. Elysium is going to get this pull pretty quickly. Very good bottle throws by Givex here is going to slow iPick down a little bit and tries to swing last second, but they still make the pallet thanks to that base kit endurance. So it's a whole 10 seconds. Must have gotten hit at the very end of it. And iPick is able to make so much distance here, coming all the way over here to the edge of the map to give their teammates some time to crank those generators since they're all left side. And iPick here doing a really good job, does get that early drop on the pallet. And risky vault, but it works out. And this is a little risky versus a clown to hold distance if they use bottles, but Givex is actually out. They do have to reload. So they're just playing some 50s. They do win a 50-50 there, and iPick is going to go down. We might see second generator pop soon. Yep, that is 2 generators done. So if the Elysium survivors pop 1 more generator, that's already tie condition met. They'll need to pop 2 more to win. But we do have iPick here on Death Hook, 70 seconds away from this game being a 3v1. And we are at 3 gens remaining. Givex is searching the area for a second here, making sure there's nobody lurking around for an unhook and maybe cheeky for the people to protect this tunnel out. And does have Grim Embrace. We saw from the first hook, all those generators got blocked for 10 seconds after Givex walked away. Not going to proc this time though, since it's only 1 time per survivor. And it does get some information onto, I believe, Swatter there at around 6, working that generator. And Givex wants to confirm that this death happens. Is not going to extend and check any of those generators far away. They do want to stay here and make sure nobody crosses and unhooks this for free. They do seem convinced that somebody's coming from one of these angles, but I do think for right now, at least there's 1 or 2 Elysium survivors cracking those generators. They do want to make sure they at least get their win con, because at this point it's important to remember they're not playing here to get a 3-stage or 4 or 5-stage game. They just need to pop all those generators. So if iPick dies here, I wouldn't be surprised. They might just let this go to full death to pop those gens. So as we see the 3rd generator pop, that is already tie condition met, and iPick is dead. So because nobody rotated in for that unhook at all, I believe they were just cranking gens that entire time, and we will likely see another generator here with some progress. Givex is predicting that they are working this generator over here at the top of the map by 12. Does find Pedro, and this generator is very high progress. All 4 pistons going, and Pedro is going to take the chase over here to his pallet. Pedro, very known for being a top 1v1 player, does get that pallet stun, and I believe a smash hit all the way to the center of the map, making so much distance. And actually just going to leave Pedro and come over here for Zeno, who is going to take the M1, but does still have a very good pallet here at the crane. Is going to go into the pallet to get that firecracker drop, and makes that window vault. Very risky play from Zeno, going back into the window, feeling himself a little bit, and tossing in the chase a little. But we do see the 4th generator pop, so that is already win con met. The Elysium survivors have officially taken this clown set, but we will see this game continue. Zeno wants to keep this chase going here. Does have a very strong pallet, but is a little bit zoned. Givex will break this, and Zeno just has an LT wall here. Not the safest tile, especially against a clown, but is actually making very good distance from that. Very good bottle throw by Givex, denying the entrance to Shack as we see all 5 generators pop. So very good pressure on the gens from Elysium here. Givex does see the scratch marks in this side of the map and does spot out, I believe this is Pedro. No, this is Swatter. So does find Swatter here. There is no Noed or any perk like that to help Givex in the end game. So they are not going to get it down here, but I think are just happy. I was going to say happy getting this pallet out of the way, but Swatter calls it out and just walks right through it, does not give a tag or a free pallet. And Pedro is off somewhere in the distance opening. It looks like the door on the bottom left of the map, I believe, at 7, and picks up Zeno. So they will likely be able to both get out. And if they leave, the other survivor can just get hatched, or you know, they can also walk to the door. They're all here using their exhaustions very well. So it looks like this will just be a 3-stage game for Team Elysium. It was looking very, very bad at the start with iPick getting grabbed out of that locker, attempting that head on. But the Elysium survivors were just insane on that generator pressure and ended up getting a very respectable 3-stage result. So Elysium will take this first set for the Clown versus Karma. And we will be going to the next set, which I believe is Cenobite, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, oh gosh, is it Cenobite or Trickster? I just had it in front of me. Somebody tell me. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It's Trickster on Wrecker's Yard. I had that up here. I'm really sorry. Trickster on Wrecker's Yard will be next, and we see Karma kill first. So we'll be back after a short break. Sorry about that little mix-up, and we'll be back shortly. So stay tuned. Trickster next on Wrecker's Yard. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Auric League after maybe the shortest break in Comp DBD history. These teams both had their builds ready to go, and we're back into the action. We're starting set 2, back on the Wrecker's Yard, this time on the Trickster, with Givex killing for Team Karma versus Elysium survivors here. And we do see an iPick here at the edge of the map, actually getting a little disoriented, maybe getting an M1 at the start. So Givex will be getting an early tag. We do see that corrupt intervention blocking those generators over here on this side of the map, helping out in the early game. And it looked like Givex lost iPick a little bit. They did take some unique pathing over here and makes it to this filler pallet. And Givex is just going to break this. And iPick is comfortable just taking this chase all the way here to the edge of the map. likely that Elysium survivors are cracking those gens on the left side, and a demon swing through that pallet. Givex actually gets that first down onto iPick already, but good death spot by iPick, dying very far away, and it looks like Elysium is actually opting to double Shack here. So we will see this generator at Shack Pop. We don't have any pain res on Givex, so this will not interrupt any of the generators. And as we see the Screams there, we do know that Givex has a cheeky little Rancor in his back pocket, which has already been revealed right now. So that is going to be something that can potentially help them in the end game and throughout the trial to get information on where the survivors are. And does spot out some scratch marks. We do see a survivor here, not sure who. Xeno. So Xeno again back on the Vile Vittorio is going to take a knife here, and Givex is proxy camping this, trying to take some knives here and there when they can, but also does not want to give away this unhook for free. And this is a little difficult because as the trickster, if you don't translate these knives into a health state, they will decay and it won't really give you any kind of pressure. It'll just be a waste of ammo, and as we see the blades on Xeno and Pedro have both already decayed. Rancor does show us that Pedro is over here, our Nancy player, is staying by this pallet to not give a free tag, but seems to be a survivor playing for this unhook. And Givex, realizing that this is just a few seconds away from going to second stage, they do not want to give this unhook away for free. And the survivors also acknowledge that Trickster, being the strong camping killer that he is, they are not going to go in and pull, because especially if the main event is up, that can be very, very devastating and chip through a lot of health states. But iPick does go second, so that's 2 stages on the board for Team Karma and 2 generators done by Elysium. And we do see the chase coming in onto Xeno here at the edge. Does not have this pallet anymore. We did see that was used earlier, so no resources here. So Xeno does get M1'd and is going to get injured here. And Pedro was around for this unhook earlier, but after that went to second, seems to have left and instead is just prioritizing some generator pressure. This is most likely Pedro. Yep, that is Nancy. So we do see Pedro here. They went away from that hook and started cranking this generator over here. And now, Elysium being the team they are, with how on point they are with their comms, I was expecting this unhook to come in when Givex was across the map committing to Pedro, but coming in a little bit late, but Xeno does get it. We will likely see an M1 here to force that down, but we are seeing another one of the killer's perks revealed here. That is forced hesitation. iPick is moving very, very slow here. Does still make the Shack pallet, and Givex is so aware of that base kit endurance. He waited that perfect 10 seconds and then hit iPick just before they rounded the corner when their endurance was over, and does get the down. So amazing patience by Givex there, very good aim, and was able to calculate that perfectly, and now has a death at 2 generators remaining. So very good job by Givex using that forced hezi well, and also just having very good game sense to be mindful of that endurance. But one tag. Oh no, I don't think Givex should have done that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Givex could have hooked without M1ing Xeno there. I don't know if they had collision, but that was very good by Elysium. Pedro did pick up Xeno after taking that hit, with Xeno taking a second hit, so that actually protected their tunnel out. iPick does wiggle and is able to run all the way to this corner here, and is looping this little 4-lane tile. Not the strongest pallet, or not the strongest tile they could use, but the best that's still over here, and is... Wow, I was going to say is going to play for a pallet safe here with that emote, but Givex doesn't quite hit that swing, so they're going to instead get this done. And iPick's running for his life here, going to the top right of the map here at 1, and gets another pallet stun. I think Givex made a little bit of a mistake there, swinging on the outside of the map, because when iPick gets the stun on the side that he got it on just there, he can pretty much make the whole map. And now that Givex is also taking the time to reload, iPick is so far away. They got so much distance. I do feel like if Givex is going to swing, that was a very risky to swing from that area, and they definitely do get punished for it. So iPick is alive, and it looks like Givex has officially given up on the tunnel out. They are not going to pursue iPick, and instead just focusing on their gens. So very amazing by Elysium. They are taking those hits, letting their teammates wiggle, and keeping that tunnel out alive for a very long time. And this generator is so close. This looks like a 99 generator. Swatter almost had enough time to pop this, but they are getting pushed off. And a little bit in the open here, doesn't have any tile or anything to work with, so they are probably going down. not using main event just yet, but good jukes by Swatter. Givex is going to make the smart play to just cancel and M1 and confirm this down. Is going to break this pallet, and iPick is camping a door here. Xeno can pop this generator, but they're instead waiting to see what Givex does, denying all that information. Elysium is very smart about this. They don't want Givex to know where everybody is. Xeno's sitting at that gen, presumably 99, just waiting for the right time to do this, waiting till they commit to a pickup or anything like that. And Givex seems a little indecisive, not sure if they want to pick up, or actually, this is the obsession. This is Swatter. So we do know about Rancor. So actually, Givex is waiting to Mori the survivor, and we saw an FTP come in on Xeno to swap the obsession, and Givex doesn't realize. They're like, why can't I Mori? They swapped the obsession with further people. I have never seen a play like this in a tournament in my life. Xeno for the people, I believe Pedro, and swap the obsession to him. So now Swatter cannot be Mori'd. That would have been a fresh hook Mori'd, awarding 3 stages to Team Karma, and they denied that by pressing a button to use for the people. That's why they were 99ing the gen. I did not realize it was the obsession on the ground, but Elysium doing fantastic, denying that Rancor, and I think that was Givex last hope. That was their plan B. That was what they were relying on, but Elysium just fully denied that with amazing use of their perks. And we do see the Noed come in though. Pedro did a good job playing that pallet, but it does go down to the M1, and Pedro is also fresh, so if Givex takes us to basement, which he definitely can, this will pretty much be the same result if they just Mori'd the obsession on the ground. So I do think that will actually be happening. This is the basement against a Trickster, and I believe the survivors will most likely take their routes here. We'll have to see what Team Elysium does. They are all in the gate, so yes, they will all be leaving. So very amazing attempt by Elysium there, but the result does turn out to be the same. I believe that will be a 1K with 5 stages for Givex and Team Karma. So a very good result by Elysium. Fantastic job denying that Rancor. It almost paid off massively for Elysium, but thanks to Noed and a good hook placement in the basement, Givex was able to lock in the same result, that 5 stages. So we'll be back after a short break. We'll see the team switch sides, and we'll see Elysium's killer versus Karma survivors. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back after just a few minutes. Welcome back to Auric League, everybody. We are here for trial number 2 of the second set of Elysium versus Karma, back with the Trickster on Wrecker's Yard. We have Zeno killing for Team Elysium versus Karma survivors, and seeing a couple little snipes here at the start onto GiveX with those blades. And after an amazing play last match with Zeno FTPing another survivor to swap the Obsession and deny a Rancor, Elysium was able to walk out with 5 stages total. So Zeno, to win this game for Elysium and to take this matchup, will just have to get either 6 stages or 5 stages with 3 or more fresh. And we are already seeing an injury come in very early onto GiveX here, who has a good palette, but against a Trickster out the strongest, we do see this side with some shorter walls. GiveX 1 blade away from going down, does lose a 50-50 there, and Zeno wanted the grab, but he got refunded. I know he's not happy about that one, but still gets it down. Not a huge deal. A couple seconds of time wasted, but GiveX is going to go down in the end anyways. And we did see at the start, Zeno is running Corrupt Intervention to help block those generators at the start and help his early game. And seeing how he's zooming over to the hook here, we also know about Agitation. So that is going to be the first generator to pop for Team Karma. And right now we have Grim Embrace proccing to block all the other gens for 10 seconds. And we do hear this generator cranking here. Zeno, I think, did see some scratch marks. Knows somebody is around. Taking a quick peek, is going to peek this gen. And a pretty good start for Zeno. They did pop the first gen before he could get Grim and interrupt it, but does spot out the other active generator and kind of hooked close to it. So is able to proxy both a little. Does get the reload onto Shaq, so now is back to full ammo with those 44 knives, and does see a bird fly down there. I believe knows somebody's here. Yep, I believe spotted our Claudette player there. And Zeno is just rotating back, trying to get information on what these survivors are doing. And with how fast that first down and hook came in, I wouldn't be surprised to see Zeno just camp this to second. And as a Trickster, there's not much that the survivors can do about that. He's just such a strong camping killer, very similar to Huntress in the sense of you just can't unhook in his face or else you'll die. So Zeno does seem to be playing into the Trickster strength here, making sure he gets this second stage onto GiveX confirmed, as we do see a survivor on the bottom left of the map cranking the truck, the generator by the bus, and then a survivor here near 11, and then another survivor on the left side of the map. So they are 3 splitting the gens, trying to assess the situation and realize they cannot unhook and just getting as much progress as they can. Zeno is going to lay down a kick on this generator. But as we saw, these generators are not highlighted after he kicks them, so there is no eruption. Zeno got some wild value from eruption in that first set on the Cloud, but is not running it on Trickster this time around, so these will all be dry kicks, just applying that -5%. We do see a couple blades come in on the Claudette here, as that generator in the 9 o'clock pocket popping, so that's 2 generators done for Team Karma, and GiveX is about 20 seconds or so away from dying on this hook. So we did see another couple generators that were high progress, as we see one of them pop there. So they will be going to 3v1 with 2 gens remaining, but we did see another generator with some high progress. So not the end of the world here for Karma, but this is a death happening rather soon, and Zeno, especially knowing his win condition, does have a good chance at taking this, because he knows that all he needs is 6 stages, or even if he's not able to confirm another death, he can just get a couple more hooks on different survivors and just get those 3 fresh 5 stages, and that will be all he needs. So Zeno should feel pretty good about this. I am expecting to hear another generator pop in the near future, since we saw all that progress a little bit ago. But Zeno, I don't think, is too worried about it, knowing that he only needs 6 stages to take this matchup. Very good vaults by the Lori here. Does deny some blades, but is about a little over halfway on that laceration meter, so is going to take an injury soon. And Zeno's just looking back and forth, trying to see if there's anybody rotating to that high progress gen, and slowly getting damage onto Lori here. We do see that is how the Trickster plays at a lot of these tiles. They will take these knives and this damage slowly and gradually over time. And Claudia is just 1 blade away from taking health. Did lose track of Zeno a little bit, so actually is going to take the injury, which is a very big injury for Zeno, and unfortunately had to leave our Lori player before they could get that health state off. She's still 1 blade away from being injured, but oh, he ran out of knives. That last knife landed right next to her head, and he almost got the injury. So she is still not taking it. Zeno wants to reload and maybe hit a couple blades here before that laceration meter completely depletes, and now she's made it to bust. So very good play by Lori here. breaking a lot of line of sight, but does eventually take the tag. So we did see the 4th generator pop. So very good gen progress from Team Karma. As we see Claudette get healed off in the distance, and Zeno just wants to commit to this, I assume. Does want to get some more hook stages in. He's already halfway to his win condition of 6 stages here. So Claudette, not Claudette, Lori here is taking the chase deep in this 9 corner, far away from the gens. So pretty good death spot. Those generators are all the way towards the right side of the map, and Zeno is actually going to take this pick and does get that. So that's 4 stages on the board for Elysium so far, and massive value from Grim Embrace, just blocking all these gens for 10 whole seconds, and does spot somebody out there potentially rotating for an on the hook. A questionable main event. I'm not sure why Zeno used that. Yeah, not very much line of sight on these survivors, but I guess just using it because he can. Why not? And the last generator does pop, so Grim Embrace did delay that for a few seconds, but they do pop that last gen regardless. However, I think Zeno is just big chilling, you could say. He's just very relaxed. He knows that if he just confirms his death, he wins. So I think he's just going to reload and camp this Lori to death, and does spot out, I believe, our ace player Chris here, trying to work that door by the bus, but Zeno's full setting these dives, only hits 1, and Chris did a good job being very far away and not giving Zeno any free snipes. Can only assume that the Claudette is at the top side of the map working the other door, and the survivors have to pull this if they want to win. So we might see them do a very silly play and try to unhook just to see if they can make some magic happen. But I think they know who they're going against. They know Zeno will not mess up like that, so they're probably just going to take their outs here. Yeah, save their pride. Don't get more stages. Don't give more stages than needed. So that is a 6-stage result for Zeno. All he needed was 6 stages to win. So he does meet that win condition very comfortably. So very well played to both of these teams. I think Karma especially did a very good job at assessing the situation and dealing with their 3v1s well and splitting up, and just very good strategy from them overall, as well as their chases too. But Zeno and Team Elysium just seem to get the better of them today. So Elysium will be taking the set versus Karma 2-0, and they will be progressing. And that is all we have for right now. We do have a matchup later tonight. It will be Chads versus Ominous at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is also posted in the Auric League server. If you want to look at the schedule, we do have another match tonight. Again, that will be Chads versus Ominous tonight. So stay tuned for that, and come back later for some more Auric League matches. But that's it. I had a lot of fun casting these games. Thank you all for watching, and we will catch you all later tonight at 9 p.m. for some more games.